Hey there, and welcome back to the Empower Her Business Accelerator podcast. I'm your host, Philippa Channer, and today we're wrapping up our June series with a personal reflection, one that I know so many female entrepreneurs can relate to, that's overcoming imposter syndrome. No matter how much experience we gain, how many successes we achieve, or how far we've come, there's still moments of doubt. Those little whispers of, who am I to be doing this? Or am I really qualified to lead this business? Those can creep in at any moment and any inconvenient time. So today I'm opening up about my own experience with imposter syndrome and how I've learned to recognize and push past it, and how you can build the confidence to own your success and keep moving forward. Now, before we get started, let me remind you that this summer is the perfect time to prepare for a big fall launch. If you want to build a strong business strategy that sets you up for success, the Empower Her program is here to guide you. You can join at whatever level works best for you. The Empower Her Mastermind for ongoing education and networking, the digital package with templates and resources to DIY your strategy. There's power sessions for in-depth coaching on a specific challenge that you're facing, and then the full Empower Her program, which includes one-to-one coaching for full transformation. You want to check out the link in the show notes to find your best path forward, and you can start building a strategy that drives real growth. All right, so let's get into today's conversation about overcoming imposter syndrome. If you've ever felt like you're not qualified or not qualified enough to run your business, you're not alone. Studies shows that over 70% of people experience imposter syndrome at some point in their careers. Women entrepreneurs in particular often feel like they need to prove themselves more than their male counterparts. Now, it tends to show up in key growth points. So starting at like new offer or raising prices, speaking it on a big stage, or stepping into a leadership role. That's when it really tends to show up. So what do we do when imposter syndrome tries to hold us back from our next level of success? All right, so first we want to recognize the voice of imposter syndrome. That little voice that says, who do you think you are, or you're not good enough to do this. When you recognize when imposter syndrome is speaking, it helps you stop it from controlling your decisions and your thoughts. So when I first got started in my business, I was really intimidated just by networking and getting out there. I was, just unsure of myself, and I was concerned that the experience that I had wasn't going to be good enough to put me in the room. But I really had to get over that and just put my foot forward and start, putting myself out there so people could see the quality of my work and trust me enough and then share about it. And so it took me a while to get over this, but I did. So I had this overwhelming fear that I wasn't experienced enough to lead others or to lead this business, but I had to remind myself many times that I had the knowledge, I had the experience, and I had every reason to be in that space. So it took time, but it gets out there. So, what you want to do, your action step for here is to start noticing when self-doubt creeps in. Write it down and ask yourself, is this a fact or just fear? All right, the next thing you want to do is reframe the doubt as a sign of growth. Feeling self-doubt isn't a sign that you don't belong. It's a sign that you're just stepping outside of your comfort zone. Growth and discomfort go hand in hand. So if you never feel doubt, then you're probably not pushing yourself enough. So every time I've taken a big leap in my business, whether just launching a new offer, speaking at an event, or starting my MBA journey, which I did this year, as imposter syndrome has tried to creep in. But instead of letting it hold me back, I have reframed it as proof that I was growing and I was getting better. Right, so when you start to feel imposter syndrome creeping in, you want to flip the narrative. Instead of saying, I'm not ready, say, I'm growing into this new season, this new version of myself. All right, the next thing you want to do is owning your achievements and expertise. Acknowledging your wins, your strengths, and your skills, instead of focusing on what you think you lack. So your confidence isn't about never feeling doubt. It's about choosing to trust yourself despite the doubt. I used to downplay my achievements a lot, especially if I felt like other people in the room hadn't achieved what I did. I didn't want to make them feel lesser. And so I would downplay myself a lot. I would say things like, oh, I just got lucky, or it wasn't that big of a deal. But when I started keeping track of my wins, whether big or small, I realized just how much I am achieving and how much I've done. And that should be celebrated and appreciated and used as fuel for my own confidence. So, for your action step in this one, I want you to create a list of your wins, your win list. Write down everything you've accomplished in your business so far and revisit it often, especially when doubt starts to creep in. So if you need help in this step, check out episode 185, where we talked about evaluating your business activities. This is another way to measure your success. All right, and then the last step for today is to surround yourself with a supportive community. Being a part of a group that believes in you even when you don't believe in yourself. Community gives you perspective, it gives you encouragement, and it's validation when you need it the most. Some of my biggest breakthroughs came from mentors and peers who reminded me of my strengths when I was really feeling uncertain about myself. This is exactly why I created the Empower Her Mastermind, because having a supportive community makes all the difference when you need it. Okay, so action step here, if you're struggling with imposter syndrome, don't isolate yourself. Reach out to a mentor, join a mastermind, or talk to somebody who can remind you of your greatness. So imposter syndrome might never fully disappear, but it doesn't have to control your decisions. You can change the narrative by recognizing when it shows up, reframing it as a sign of growth, owning your achievements, and leaning on a supportive community. You can push past doubt and confidently step into your next level of your business. So thanks so much for joining me today. I hope this conversation encourages you to own your strength and trust that you belong in every space you step into. If you're ready to surround yourself with a supportive business community and create a strategy for success, the Empower Her program is here to help you. Whether you want the mastermind for community support, the digital package for self-paced learning, or the power sessions for deep dives, or even the full Empower Her program, which includes one-on-one coaching for full transformation, there's a path for you. So please check out the link in the show notes to explore your options and start building the confidence and strategy you need to thrive. Until next time, keep shining, and remember, you belong here.